Hello everyone, I'd like to thank you for checking out our video here from Vrhobbies. Just kind of go through a little history of TMNT. We have a bunch of AFA graded figures here, a lot of mint and card, couple variations. Most years well represented, other than I don't have any 1989. But we're going to kind of start off with the 10 backs, kind of go through, let everybody kind of see what we have. I'm going to start off here. We have a Raphael. This is 10 back. It's unpunched, AFA graded. It is a 75. It's just a plastic head version. Nice clean piece, but one of the normal, not a variation. Next, we'll move on. We have a Michelangelo. This is just a plastic head. Again, just a standard regular issue 10 back. This is unpunched. Kind of check it out. Okay, next we're going to move on to a Foot Soldier. Again, just another plastic head. Original 10 back. It is not unpunched. Unfortunately, this one did grade low. It is only a 60. Looks apparently, while the card and everything's nice, bubble condition means a lot. Both the card and the back graded very nice, but as you can tell, there is some scuffing on the bubble. The bubble only came back as a 60, so ultimately the figure ended up with a grade of 60. Okay, next we'll kind of move on to a 10 back variation. This is an April O'Neil. This is the no stripe version. It is graded 75 EX. Again, this is the no stripe. There's a couple variations on this one. That's a no stripe variation. Next, we'll move on to Bebop. This is an earlier one. This is a soft head. There's a couple variations on this one as well. This one is unpunched. It's a 75 EX. Gotta check it out. The earlier, again, like I said, the soft heads, a little more desirable. They were first in the run. Okay, we'll move on next to a Leonardo. Also unpunched. This has the pop-up display. A little harder variation to find. Nice clean piece. And this one is actually an 85 near mint. So this is a clean, nice, solid piece. Most people obviously try to strive to get the best in their collection. This is a pretty popular one. Next, we'll move on to another Leonardo. This is a fan club version. It is not unpunched, but it is a 75, and it is a soft head with the fan club flyer. Kind of give you an idea. There's a soft head. There's a fan club flyer. It's another variation. Seems to be a hard following for the fan club flyers. Definitely another good piece. Move on to the next round of 10 backs. This one's an unpunched Donatello. This is just a regular plastic head. This is only a 70. Again, really comes back to bubble condition. You can kind of see the cards unpunched. Clean. Back of the card's nice. But again, coming back to the bubble, you can kind of see some scuffing, maybe a little moisture inside at one point. And if you look at the grade, the card was an 80, figure was an 80. Unfortunately, the bubble's a 70, so it seems to be that's where we're going to end up on that one. Okay, to move on to the next one, we have Donatello. Another fan club version. This one isn't unpunched, but this is a clean, nice piece. It came back as a 75. It is also a soft head, and it does have the fan club. That one came back. You know, again, bubble says it all. The figures an 85, cards a 75. Once again, the bubble. Obviously, you can see a little stressing, a little scratching. And they come out of the case like that sometimes. Just normal life, even in travel. Here's a Raphael. Nothing real special. It's just an 80. This is a plastic head. It is unpunched. Good starter piece. Gonna check that out. Okay, next we'll move on. This is a nice one. We have a Bebop. Another early version. It is a soft head with a pink face, and this is an 85 near mint. So it is unpunched. You can see the soft head variation. And it has the pink face, a little highlighted. If I can try to find maybe another one, I'll show you kind of a comparison. But these are nice. Like I said, typically you always want to look for unpunched. Soft heads definitely are the earlier version, harder to come by. And quality always makes a difference. So this one came across the board at all 85s. That was actually one of mine for my personal collection. Next, we have a Shredder. It's just an early standard, you know, plastic head. It is a 10 back, unpunched. Very clean. And this is an 85 near mint as well. 85s across the board. Next, we have a Foot Soldier. It is unpunched. Another 85. Kind of check that out. And last but not least is a Splinter. This is unpunched. And this is also an 85 near mint. You can see this is just a plastic head, but it is a clean, very nice. Came back with a high grade. There you go, 85, and that one's 85s across the board as well. These are all listed on our website, Vrhobbies, valleygoto.com. We have quite a few action figures with an emphasis on TMT and AFA graded stuff. Like I said, unfortunately, I don't have any 1992 stuff. We're going to move right up to, or 1989, I'm sorry. We're going to move up to 1990. Here's the Triceraton. Once you get into the 90s, obviously they offered more figures, expanded the line, and I think some of the figures are actually, you know, pretty cool. They definitely got more articulate, or more colors and more features and things like that. So this, like I said, is a 1990. This is a 44 back. This is an 80 near mint. It is unpunched. And that's Triceraton. Okay, here we go. It's another one. We got Napoleon Bonafrog. Again, unpunched. This is an 80. This has a variation. It's dark spots, pink necklace. Once you get into the 90s, you'll see, you know, there can be several variations of the same figure. And some of the earlier ones, but they're more prominent as the lines went on. And again, this is just a 44 back, unpunched. Here's a Rocksteady. Again, unpunched. This is again 44 back. Still in the 90s. Just a 75. Again, it's always hard to tell. I'm newer with the AFA grading, sending stuff in. You really got to look at condition of the bubble. Even though the card's clear, nice. Back of the piece is nice. Obviously, you can, how well you can see, but the scuffing really brings down the grade. Yeah, this is 75 on the card, 75 on the bubble. The figure's an 85. So, unfortunately, that does make a big difference when you see the bubble like that. It's really about display value. Here's a Mondo Gecko, unpunched, 44 back. This is only a 70. And again, the bubble came back real low. You have an 85 card, an 85 figure, and yep, that's only a 60 on the bubble. Again, scuffing really makes a big difference. But it's still a good display piece if you're not too hung up on just having a number. I personally got to the AFA because I like to display them, and this definitely creates a value with display purposes. And it's nice to know, obviously it gives you something to shoot for to try to upgrade or get better grades. Of course, it's always nice if you can get an 85 or a good grade from the beginning, but it doesn't always happen. Here we have a Mutant Man, unpunched. This one looks a little nicer. That's an 80. So actually the bubbles here 80, so 85, 80. So again, unpunched, 44 back. Next one we'll move on to is Pandacon. I think he's kind of cool. And this one here, another 80. This has a dark gray face variation. Like I said, as you get into the later years, tend to see more variations. Not that everyone's rare. They just seem to change during production or through the lines. So that's, again, Pandacon, 44 back. Next, we'll move on to 1991. This is another one of my favorites, Tattoo. There's definitely a couple of variations of this one. This one's unpunched. It's an 80. This has no tattoo on the belly. Kind of see, unpunched. And these now they're up to, this is a 49 back. So every year, they add more to the line and expand with new figures. Ray Fillet, another one. It's unpunched. This one definitely, the V seems to be the big variation in different colors. This is an unpunched. That's an 80. This is a yellow shirt with a blue V. And I've seen definitely a couple different combinations in these. And hopefully I have some to show you. That's a Ray Fillet. Here's another Ray Fillet, unpunched. And looks like it's going to be the same. Yellow shirt, blue V, 80. Near mint. And again, another 49 back. And here's a different Ray Fillet. Kind of show you a variation. Same figure, same card back, same year. But, it has a purple, color change shirt with a red V. Again, another 80. Seem to be consistent on the 80s with the Ray Fillets. So, and next we'll move on to Mike the Sword Surfer, another unpunched. Just regular issue. There's no variant on this one. And all these, like I said, you can find on our website at valleygoto.com, Vrhobbies. Like I said, we do carry a lot of Turtles, some G.I. Joes, and different other AFA stuff. But we do Star Wars. Try to focus on good quality, unpunched stuff. Here's the Donatello. This is a later version. Again, a 91 year. Looks very similar to the early one. This one does have a storage shell. And this is only a 70. And again, it all comes back to bubble. Card's 80. The figure's 80. Bubble's 70. And that really seems to drive the grade. So if anyone's gotten into collecting, I called it last year. I went through what you call Action Figure 101. You learn what to buy, what to avoid, and learn what's the best way. And I was, obviously new to AFA, great company, love working with them. But you do have to look before you send things in and really understand. So next we'll move on to, this is 1992. This is a Tonka. This is brown highlights. I'm sorry. It comes back as a 70. This one, apparently you can see the bubble. Really makes a difference and then affects the grade the most. These, they get up to a 68 back. They expanded the line again. More options, more figures. Again, I know this Tonka definitely has a couple variations. This is the brown highlight variation. Okay, another 1992 Razor. Again, unpunched. This has a black nose. This is a 70. Again, comes back to bubble. Still displays well. These are great. If you get into, like I said, purist, everybody wants to get the higher grades. But these are no lesser in the sense they're a great display piece. They look phenomenal. And like I said, I personally started getting into grading because I like the way you can display them. And it protects the figure and keeps things nice. So another 1992, another Tonka. This has gray highlights. Another variation. Let you see there. Unpunched. Like I said, we try to focus. Again, this is 70, so you got a card 70, and a bubble 60, figure 85. So again, bubble means everything. We do try, like I said, to focus on, I try to buy at least and get unpunched stuff. Like I said, it's only original once, and once it's punched, you can't replace that. So next, you got a Super Shredder, unpunched, of course. This one came back a little bit better as an 80. List is no catalog. This is the movie Super Shredder. Again, a 68 back. And like I said, no movie catalog. And we go another 1992. There was a couple different series. So like this is series 4. This is in April, the Ravishing Reporter. This is an 85 near mint, little yellowing on the bubble, but still a solid piece. It is punched, but like I said, did come back as an 85. Card was 80, bubbles 85, figures 85. So, and we got another April. This is just the regular April edition, unpunched. And this has a yellow and purple combination. There's a couple of variations. This is an 80 again. Unpunched. And this is a 43 back. And last but not least, I have another Razor. This has a red nose. Another 80. And again, this is a 68 back. It is unpunched. Kind of check it out. So typically you can find these on our website. Again, Vrhobbies. Obviously, we have lots of other action figures, lots of Turtles, some Star Wars, and a lot of other things. So appreciate us checking us out, and hope to see you again. Thanks for checking in.